Hi there, this is my channel, Humblehus. Welcome. I am excited because I am making this blanket for a very good friend. It's like one of my best friends. She lives in Tokyo. I hope you have fun making it. Let's get started. For the yarn, I will be using Pound of Love, which is from Lion brand. It is a medium 4 weight. It's 100% acrylic. The recommended hook size is 6 millimeters. And the other yarn is this Karen Latte Cakes by Yarnspirations. It is 58% acrylic and 42% nylon, and the recommended hook size is 6.5 millimeters. It's a bulky 5. If you want the color, it's olive mint, and the other one was it's just white. The hook size I'll be using is going to be 6 millimeters. You need scissors, a measuring tape, stitch markers or paper clips if you don't have stitch markers, and a yarn needle. I will be starting with this fuzzy one, the Karen one, and the first thing is to make a slip knot. So make a little loop, take your hook, put it through the middle under this loop, then get a hold of this ending of this loose end, and then carefully holding on to everything, hold both ends and pull on your hook. Now adjust it. You don't want it too tight or too loose. We need to start with chains. So this is going to be basically our base chain, and we need to work in multiples of 6. So start by chaining and see how far you get with the width that you like. You yarn over and pull through the loop. That's your first chain. Yarn over, pull through the loop. It's chain number 2. Now, if you want to, you can always add a stitch marker or a paper clip when you've had, every 6 stitches. Now, that's going to be a lot of work, so you might just want to decide on how many you want to chain. I'm going to chain 132 stitches and see how wide it is at that point. When you have those chains, you have to add one more for the base chain, so 133, and then you have to add another one, so 134, and that's because we need to skip these 2 when we go back. Okay, so skip those 2 that you made. This counts as your first single crochet. Hope you can see it there. Those 2. Then into the third one, you will insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. Now, if you wanted to, I like to do that, I will add my stitch marker into that single crochet so I know where I have the 2 that I skipped. It's very hard to see with this yarn because of all those little threads. Now again, let me show you. You insert your hook, then yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through those 2 loops. This whole chain, you need to single crochet all the way back. This will be your base row. Turn your work, chain 1. Now we start row number 1. We will not make a stitch into this same one. You go on to the next one, and we will start with a half double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over. Oh, by the way, you go through both loops. See how every stitch has 2 loops now? You go through both of them. So yarn over, pull up a loop. You will have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 3. That's your first half double crochet. And once again, you can put a stitch marker here so that you know where that chain is that you made. Now into the next stitch, we will do 8 double crochet. You yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops that are on your hook, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Now we will do 3 trebles into this same stitch. You will yarn over twice, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. That gives you 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Repeat that 2 more times. And once more, insert your hook, over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now go into the next stitch with a double crochet again. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Next comes a half double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, and a single crochet into the next stitch. Now we repeat the exact same thing, where you do 1 half double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then 3 trebles into the same stitch, 1 double crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 single crochet, until you are done with this row. Now remember when we started, I put the stitch marker, so that just goes to show me that I did the 3 trebles in that same stitch, then the double crochet. Now I need to do a half double crochet in here and finish with a single crochet into that last stitch. Now turn your work, and we will switch colors here. The way you switch colors is you grab the new yarn, you make a little loop, kind of like in between your fingers, pull it through, and then pull tight on that old color, or that, well, not old, but the other color. And now chain 1. Now you won't single crochet into the same stitch, you will go into the next one, start with a single crochet, and continue for the next 2 stitches. Now we will do 3 single crochets into the same stitch, and continue with 2 single crochets over the next 2 stitches. And at this bottom part, we want to join these 3 stitches together. So start by inserting inserting your hook into the first one, yarn over, pull up a loop, don't finish it off, then go into that next one, yarn over, pull up a loop, don't finish it off either, and then go into that last one, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through all 4 loops that are on your hook. Continue with 2 single crochets over the next 2 stitches. Then we're at the top again, so we will do 3 single crochets into the same stitch, then 2 single crochets over the next 2 stitches, and we repeat this one where we need to have these next 3 stitches together. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, go into the next one, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then go into that next one, yarn over, pull up a loop, then yarn over and pull through all 4. You will continue with this pattern until the end of the row. Okay, I am almost at the end of the second row. So I did the 3 single crochets into that same stitch, then I do 2 over the next 2 stitches, and then I have basically this stitch left and that chain that we made. So these 2 I will do them together. So yarn over and then go in here, yarn over and pull through both. Now turn your work, chain 1. Again, you will not start with this stitch right here into that same one. You will go into the next one, do 3 single crochets to start off with, and then you do 3 single crochets into the same stitch. So we are repeating for round 3 the same thing as we did in row number 2. Okay, I'm almost at the end of row number 3, and I did those 3 single crochets into the same stitch, then 2 single crochets over the next 2 stitches, and then my last 2 stitches I will do 2 single crochets together. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, then go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through both loops. Turn your work, and this is where we will change colors once again. So pull up color A, so that first one, like that. Just pull it up from the back, like that. And chain 4. Obviously we're not going to single crochet into that same stitch. We're going to skip this, and then we're going to do 1 treble into the next stitch. So yarn over twice, insert your hook, and do the treble. Now 1 double crochet into the next stitch, 1 half double crochet into the next stitch, and 1 single crochet into the next stitch. See that? Now we're going to work backwards. 1 half double crochet, 1 double crochet, And now we want to join these three, but we want to join them with trebles. So yarn over twice, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now do not finish it off. Then again, into that next stitch. That. So you always leave that last loop on the hook. And one more time into that third stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now that we have 4 loops on our hook, we will yarn over and pull through all 4. There you go. Then go into your next stitch and do a double crochet, then a half double crochet, and a single crochet. So we'll be repeating this pattern like I just showed you all the way to the end of the row. And let me just show you again how you join those 3 stitches together. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3. Start your treble and insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Then yarn over twice again, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And one more time, yarn over twice, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now that you have the 4 loops, you yarn over and pull through all 4. Okay, the end of row number 4, you want to join these last 2 stitches. So since you had the double crochet, then you want to join with 2 trebles. So start that first treble, and remember, do not finish it off, and then go into that next one. And now that you have 3 loops, yarn over and pull through all 3. Now turn your work, chain 1, and you will not single crochet into this same stitch, but you will start into that next one with single crochets. You will do this row, which is row number 5, and then turn around for row number 6 and do the same, single crochets only. And when you're done with row number 6, we repeat everything again. So row number 7 is row number 1, row number 8 is row number 2, row number 9 is row number 3, and so on. My row number 7, for example, is going to be in the same yarn, but then my row number 8 and number 9 are going to be in this white. You continue repeating this pattern until you have the height, or I should say length, that you desire. And then we will do the border around the blanket. Here's just another look at what the rest of the rows look like. Here I have done rows 5, 6, and this is 7. Now in row number 8 is where I turn my work. Okay, I am now finally done with this blanket. Now we need to put the border around it, so kind of give it a frame. This blanket measures 51 inches in length and 41 inches wide, so in width. I'm sorry it does not fit in my camera, but I think you get the idea. But let me show you how I ended. So I started to the bottom of the blanket. And I had this gray color and it's straight. So therefore I made it a point to also end with gray, even though here it overlaps with the darker one, the darker part of this yarn. I ended my rows in the part that is straight as well. Okay, and I came back, so after the white I did one row and then I came back with just the single crochets so that I would be back here where the white yarn is. And that is because I want to use the white as my border. You can use this one, so the colored one, if you like. That is up to you. When you're done, you will turn your work again. And like I said, I'm going to pull up this white, make a loop, and then tighten the other one. Now I chain one. Also, you can now cut off the yarn that you won't be using anymore. So in my case, it's the colored one. And I start with single crochets. And I'm going to go around with single crochets. But when you get to the corner, so when you get to this stitch right here where you have those two trebles that are together, you will do 2 single crochets into the same stitch because you want to round it off. This is the very first chain that we started with, and that is the stitch where I will do the 2 single crochets into the same stitch. 1 and 2. And then if it just kind of opens up, just pull on it again to tighten it. And then I continue while I work this loose end into the next stitch and do my single crochet as usual. So simply run the yarn along, and I just need to make sure that when I'm working on this end to work it into my single crochets so that you don't have to thread it in. Done with the first round of single crochets, and I am here at the corner. I did the 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Now I will chain 1 to give it a little bit of height after these 2 stitches, because I am going to continue with double crochets for the second round. And you don't have to, you can continue with single crochets if you like. It's completely up to you. And also in the corners, don't forget to do 2 stitches into the same stitch. This is how I do the corners with the double crochet. So where I had the 2 stitches in the previous row, I simply do 2 stitches on this corner into the same stitch. Okay, I'm at my last stitch, and now to finish off this corner, I will insert into that chain 1 that we did, and I will do a slip stitch. Now I can cut it off, and I like to pull up a loop, tighten it, so. This is where your yarn needle comes into place. We will thread this into the border. So go into random stitches. And simply go back and forth a couple of times. And then into this last one, I will make another knot. And that is it. We are finally done with this cozy blanket. I am very happy the way it turned out. I hope you are also very happy with the end result of your blanket. Thank you for joining me for this project. Follow me on Instagram at Humblehus to get inspiration for other projects. And I will see you next time here at Humblehus. Bye!